Welcome to Another Thing. I'm Larry Mendte. We come to you from downtown Freehold, New Jersey. One of the big problems in New Jersey is there's a whole lot of people moving out and not enough people moving in. We're losing population, and that means money. One of the big problems is the high expenses of living here, including high taxes. That's our lead topic today, and we begin with Michele Kolodziej. Ellen.
Thank you, Larry. Well, New Jersey does have the dubious distinction of being the #1 state in the country that people are abandoning in the last 5 years. Realtors in Delaware and here in Pennsylvania are seeing a lot of people buying houses all over the area, and they all have different reasons.
The taxes are just, ridiculous. The taxes, the prices of houses have skyrocketed, and what you get for your money, bang for your buck, it's not at all like it is here.
Traffic's another thing for me. I sat in way too much traffic on Route 18 in central Jersey by Rutgers, just trying to go like a mile or two at almost any time of the day was just a nightmare.
Mike and Amy Fine say they absolutely love living in Pennsylvania with their 3 little boys, and they can't ever imagine living in New Jersey again.
We have property, land, our taxes are a lot lower, a big house. I'm able to stay, the main reason is we're able to afford to have me home with all 3 of my boys and, spend this quality time with them while they're young, which there's no way we could have done that if we stayed in Jersey, especially in Bergen County. There's just wouldn't have been possible.
And they're certainly not alone. The signs are everywhere that many families are not staying put in Jersey. A national movers study says the biggest percentage of out-of-state moves came from New Jersey in 2016, a whopping 63%. That's compared to just 37% who moved in. Another report from the Business and Industry Association says 2 million people left between 2005 and 2014, mainly because of high taxes.
It doesn't surprise me at all. I'm surprised that it's not even higher. I bet it will be. And it's overcrowded. It's overcrowded, overpopulated. My mom's house is here. You could reach out her window and touch the neighbor. Here I have tons of space.
There's a little bit more of like a materialistic vibe that I get in New Jersey a little bit more. I don't know if it has to do with that there's shopping everywhere. You drive down any road and it's like strip mall, the giant mall. I don't know. I want to buy less stuff and I want to hang out with my family more.
Now, it's not just because of high taxes or expensive houses that people are moving out of New Jersey. Another study shows that 30% of those moving out are retirees, and they're not moving to New York, Delaware, or here to Pennsylvania. A lot of them are moving out west. Reporting for Another Thing, I'm Michele Kolodziej.
All right, thank you, Ellen. We continue the conversation now on retirees leaving New Jersey with the President and CEO of the New Jersey Business and Industry Association, Michele Siekerka. Thank you so much. We're in your office, and thank you for allowing us to be here. Before we start, as a foundation to the discussion, what is the New Jersey Business and Industry Association?
So the New Jersey Business and Industry Association represents 20,000 businesses across the state of New Jersey, throughout the entirety, every geography, every type of business, from the corner pizzeria to the 1,000-employee call center to the biggest utility in the state of New Jersey. That comprises over 1 million jobs in the state of New Jersey. So
one of your main focuses are businesses coming to New Jersey or leaving New Jersey.
Yes.
But retirees are something you keep track of as well. You keep hearing in New Jersey about an exit plan that people have, that at a certain age they want to get out and where they're going to go and how they save up for that. That must upset you when you hear that.
Oh, absolutely. We did a study last year on outmigration, and we learned that over the last 11 years, New Jersey lost $21 billion in net adjusted gross income. We did a study last year on outmigration, and we, again, along with that amount of money, we learned that it's not the seniors who are the #1 out-migration group, but we're going to talk about the seniors, actually millennials, 18 to 34, #1 out-migration group out of the state of New Jersey, and #1 in the nation in out-migration. But now, the millennials don't have the affluence and the money like those contemplating retirement do. So when we talk about the economic impact, of course, we have a focus on retirees leaving.
Can that be fixed? I know there's some comprehensive tax return recently, tax reform. Is
Yes.
that going to help?
So we were very excited this past year. In November, the governor signed a bill, bipartisan, so everybody, the legislature was all on board with this. And what we got in that bill is the elimination of the estate tax come 2018. So this year, the threshold for the estate tax went from $675,000, the lowest in the nation, up to $2 million. So this year, the threshold starts at $2 million. But next year, January 1, 2018, estate tax is no more in the state of New Jersey. Huge game changer. Second is we increased the amount of money, the threshold that we will tax on retirement income. That was another area where New Jersey was significantly not competitive with our border states.
I would think that some of the bordering states already have what you're talking about, Delaware and Pennsylvania, for instance. And they also have lower property taxes. Until the property taxes are dealt with, you're still going to have an exodus, aren't you?
Absolutely. And our hope is that we can build off the comprehensive tax reform that we did last year and keep the momentum and keep moving forward. We think now that our policymakers are really understanding, now that we brought the data to the game, I mean, gosh, think about $21 billion lost. If you tax that, we wouldn't have a problem with our debt in the state of New Jersey and with our pension in the state of New Jersey, so we would have money to fund those things.
Talk about the millennials. You said that, where are they going?
Here's the big concern with millennials. Number one, they're our future workforce. So people would say, why would BIA, be worried about millennials leaving the state of New Jersey if we're not worried about affluence with millennials? They're our future workforce. We have to make sure that we've got a pipeline of workers here for New Jersey companies. But another concern is the state of New Jersey, we just talked about property tax. We have the highest property tax in the nation. The majority of that property tax goes to fund K-12 education in the state of New Jersey. Now, stop and think for a minute. The average cost per pupil is $19,000 per pupil times 13 years K-12 education, okay? That's a lot of money. We're investing in that student. When they graduate from high school, almost 60% of them are leaving the state of New Jersey. That's not a good return on our investment, is it?
So if you have millennials leaving and you have retirees leaving, who's staying?
So it's interesting, now we talk about the fact that we have this great K-12 system. So people with young families, they come here for the education. We have great assets in the state of New Jersey. We have great jobs for people, jobs that pay significant dollars. We make millionaires in the state of New Jersey. So people are in their peak earning capacity, people who can afford a few years into starting their family, because what we know is millennials just can't afford to live here. Remember, that's 18 to 34-year-olds. Those coming out for their first job, many millennials, here's a great statistic again, sad and great, okay? We are #1 in the nation of millennials who live at home with their parents.
Because they can't afford. Yeah.
Exactly.
But they can't afford, is that the expense of living here, or does the taxes play into that?
Well, the taxes play in because that drives up the cost of rent.
Do the salaries not match the amount it costs to live?
Well, the median salary in that age range is about $25,000. And the United Way of North Jersey did a study, the ALICE report. It's Asset Limited Individuals. That report tells you that about just to have your essentials in New Jersey is about $25,000. So that's not taking into consideration students coming out with educational debt, which we know is the biggest ever. It doesn't take into consideration any disposable income for them. It doesn't take into consideration, buying clothes and things like that. It literally is just your food, clothing, shelter.
Is it two different problems, or are the problems the same when you talk about retirees and millennials?
There are some things in common. So cost, affordability, they have in common, because affordability, drives decision making at the end of the day. Whether it's about you're thinking about retirement and it's those property taxes, or millennial and you can't afford rent. But the other piece on the millennial side is attractability and affordability of higher ed as well. We need to make sure that when our students are graduating from high school, that first and foremost they're looking at New Jersey colleges and staying here. And today, if almost 60% of them are leaving, who are going on to four-year education. If 60% are leaving and they're not staying here, why is that? Why aren't our New Jersey colleges attracting them?
Politicians are aware of this. They realize they have to make some changes, but I guess it's difficult to do with the budget the way it is.
Yeah, we continue to bring the data to the table. What's very important to us is we don't want to just advocate on a soundbite. We want to make sure that we have hard data to support it. And our numbers are our hard data, and we'll continue to tell the story.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Michele Siekerka, President and CEO of the New Jersey Business and Industry Association. We're coming right back. Still to come on Another Thing, more and more women are choosing to have double mastectomies. We'll discuss the pros and the cons when we return.